First of all, why should you watch this video from me? I used to be an extremely anxious language learner. There were times when I would physically get sick from the anxiety of speaking. I could understand English, but when it came to speaking, I would freeze. If I overcame this fear and I'm here talking to you in English now, it means you can too. I've been through the struggle and I understand what it feels like. So stick with me and let's break down the reasons why you might be facing this challenge and how you can overcome it. I will also add timestamps in the description below because I know how busy life can get, and don't forget to turn on subtitles if you need them. Number 1, you're not speaking enough. If you only listen to English and never practice speaking it, you'll never improve. Language is a skill that requires active use. Just learning to ride a bike, if you only read about it but never try, you won't get better at it. The more you speak, the more natural it becomes. So make sure you're speaking as much as possible. If your reasoning for not being able to speak is not having anyone to talk to, well, talk to yourself. Talk to the mirror. Record your voice and listen to it. Take a private lesson, or there are many free websites and apps. My favorite free website is called episoden.com, where you can practice your English through one-to-one conversations with real people for free. And no, this video is not sponsored by them, but it's a great resource to get more speaking practice. Number 2, you're aiming for perfection. Trying to speak perfectly can hold you back. Focusing too much on grammar, vocabulary, or getting everything right can make you nervous and stop you from speaking altogether. Remember, communication is the goal, not perfection. Even native speakers make mistakes, so don't worry about getting everything perfect. I've been speaking in English for 6 years now, but I still make mistakes when I speak naturally. I used to stop in the middle of a conversation because I couldn't remember a certain word or wasn't able to use the present perfect tense. Because my native language, Turkish, has no form that expresses the present perfect tense. So I still struggle with that sometimes. People would ask me, "Are you okay? Are you good?" Because I would literally freeze, get a serious face, and just think that I would never get better at English. I would feel like such a failure. But the key is to keep going, even when you feel like you're not perfect. The more you speak, the easier it becomes, and the less you'll focus on being flawless. When you forget a word, use thinking time phrases like, let me think. I haven't thought about that before. Or, could you repeat that? Or maybe, sorry, I didn't catch that. Don't be afraid to pause, gather your thoughts, and keep the conversation going. Number 3, you're worried about what others think. This fear is common, but it's important to remember that most people won't judge you for speaking another language. I know, I used to be terrified of speaking because I was worried about being judged for my accent. In my country, during English classes, students would make fun of each other's accents simply because, this is really important, we would try to pronounce the words like native speakers. I know it sounds weird. You might think that it should be the opposite, right? But here's why. In Turkish, the language is read exactly how it's written. The pronunciation is direct, so there is no need to adjust or guess how words should sound, unlike in English. But when we tried to say words the way native speakers do, it felt strange, like we were doing something wrong, and kids would just laugh. I'll give you an example. So in Turkish, we pronounce burger as burger because that's how we would read it if it were a Turkish word, right? I hope that makes sense to you. So if you say burger instead of burger, people might make fun of you, which can make you feel self-conscious. I don't know if you had the same issue at your school, but if you did, let me know in the comments. Number 4, you think you shouldn't make mistakes. Why do you think you shouldn't make mistakes when you're learning something entirely new? Think about it for a second. When you first started learning to ride a bike, did you expect to get it perfectly right away? Or when you first learned how to cook, did you never burn anything or make an undercooked meal? Of course not. Mistakes are part of the process. The same goes for learning English or any other language basically. Making mistakes is a natural part of improving, and it's a sign that you're pushing yourself. If you're not making mistakes, well, you're probably not challenging yourself enough. Embrace those mistakes. They're helping you grow and get better. Number 5, you're not consistent. Fluency comes with practice, and consistency is key. If you only practice once in a while, you won't see improvement. Regular, consistent practice is what helps build fluency. For example, when I started learning English, I didn't realize how important daily practice was. I would practice for a few days, then forget about it for a week because I would feel overwhelmed. But when I started practicing every day, even it was just for 10 minutes, I saw a huge difference. The more consistently you speak, the more confident you'll become over time. If you want to see real improvement, try to integrate speaking practice into your daily routine, even if it's just talking to yourself or listening to English for a few minutes each day. Before we get to number 6, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss more videos from me. Number 6. You want to speak fast like a native speaker. It's common to feel like you need to speak as fast as a native speaker, but that's not realistic, especially at the beginning. Not every native speaker speaks fast either. I remember when I first started learning English and I would hear people talking really quickly and I felt I had to keep up. But after a while, I realized that speaking quickly doesn't mean you're fluent. I also started paying attention to how some of my English-speaking friends would take their time and speak more clearly in certain situations. Speaking at a natural pace is key. You can focus on speaking at your own pace and gradually increase your speed as you gain more confidence. Do not rush. Fluency isn't about speed. It's about being able to communicate effectively. Communication is more important than trying to sound like a native English speaker, in my opinion. So there you have it, the 6 reasons why you might be struggling to speak English fluently. Let me know in the comments which reason resonates with you the most and how you're going to work on it. Keep speaking, keep improving, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.